Hey guys, it's 𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗡𝗚 here, and welcome back to another build challenge. So for today's challenge, we are back with an every room challenge, but this one is going to have a little tiny bit of a twist on it. And essentially, as I am designing this apartment, every room is going to have more and more build restrictions added onto it. Alright, so for the build restrictions themselves, we have 8 objects only, we have $1,000 budget, we have no cheats or shortcuts, we have first swatch only on the item choices, we have base game only, and finally, we have no repeat objects. So those are going to be all the build restrictions we have. And this is going to be kind of like a disastrous snowball effect where every room is going to get worse and worse, being that there are so many rules that we have to follow. With that said, if you guys have watched one of my build challenges before, it's going to be just like drawing names out of a hat. I'm going to be putting all of the rooms in my laptop case and also all of the build restrictions as well. So this will be completely random. And we're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best. All right, and for the very first room in this apartment, we officially have the dining room. All right, you guys, we have the dining room. If you can see it in the camera there, that is our very first room. And now for the first build restriction. This is going to be interesting. The first build restriction we officially have is no cheats or shortcuts. All right, so there it is on the screen, no cheats or shortcuts. It's honestly not a bad start. I think we can actually work this pretty well. And let's just jump in and see what we can do. All right, so we do have our dining space here. Like I said, I'm going probably more modern, more industrial for this. And the only thing that we're working with is having no cheats or shortcuts. So automatically what I'm going to do is I'm going to avoid all of the debug objects. I'm going to ignore any kinds of shortcuts I have on the keyboard. So I can't size things up. I can't size things down. I can't freely place things. And I also cannot shift things up and down the wall. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. All right, so we're going for that industrial modern vibe. I do have some in mind, so I'm going to lay them out. We do have this one from the City Living pack. I do like this option from Eco Lifestyle as well. Maybe in a slightly darker swatch like this. Spin you around, scoochy, scoochy, close to the window, but not quite through it. Chairs are a little bit interesting. I'm not really sure which ones I'm going for. I always like these. They always feel very industrial to me, and I do like the way they look. So this is a possible contender. I'm not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. The lack of matching wood tones are just really screwing this up. So I think we're gonna have to kiss those goodbye. And I think I'll do this option from City Living because I do think it is my favorite. Definitely need a rug in here. Probably something more neutral. Could also do something simple and geometric, which I honestly don't mind. I think it kind of fits. Could we do a darker swatch? Could this one work? I think it actually resized fine. I think. But for hanging lights, we do have some really cool options. We do have a lot of sort of drop ceiling lights that I think are fun. We do have this from Eco Lifestyle, which really fits. All right, definitely need some curtains in here. I think I need to go a little bit light. I don't want everything to be so dark. Okay, I think I'm actually liking this rug better. I think it's starting to vibe with the rest of the room a little bit. It's not so stark. We can see some of the details a little bit better on the chairs. Do we have anything better for curtains? I feel like we should, but I'm not finding the right options, you guys. So let me delete this. Probably do some desert lux, perhaps. That could be the potential solution. Oh no, I cannot move objects. I cannot move them. Okay, so I can't do the crossbar. It's just not going to situate in place. So I think it's just going to be those. Yeah, let me just make sure everything locked in place because I just remembered I couldn't use cheats. So everything I had, I have to make sure it fits on the grid itself. I'm gonna fix these. All right, so here we go. That fit on the grid. Do this over again like this. Okay. I couldn't resize the rug. I'm already breaking my own rules, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. Okay, so let me take this. I'm going to select the rug once more. And because I can't resize it, I can also duplicate the rug. That's feasible. Maybe if I center the rugs in the middle, maybe it won't look so glaring. Can it be some kind of really funky design? Maybe. Yeah, because I do love this rug. I think it's almost passable. It's almost there. Maybe I put this one in here. Maybe this is just a little bit of an embossed moment, you know? Some kind of interesting separation. So I think that will work. So maybe I'll go for this option. I'll have a slightly darker bar up top. Centerpiece, we definitely need something. I'm thinking it can be some kind of plant, perhaps. Trust in the default placements of the objects. Definitely think we need some plants on the sides. I could even do something interesting and have some kind of divider here if I wanted to. So I could do something like this. I could use the taller object like this, and already it's kind of floating, which I don't get. Are they supposed to do this? I'm not sure, but I didn't have my cheats on. All my cheats are gone, so I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to try and float it in place like this. Probably going to set them to a matte black like this, so we can have a nice little moment here. Okay, and then behind this, I do think we need a little bit of an accent table in front, just so that the slots themselves serve a little bit more of a purpose. So maybe something like this. We also have this from base game, which is also a more industrial option. But again, it kind of sits weird. I think this is not too bad. I'll match the chairs as well. Okay, what do we have on this table? I'm thinking, oh man, but they sit on the floor and I can't move them up. I cannot move them up with this cheat. So that is sad. They do have kind of a free place style, which is interesting. So I could technically put them over here. Okay, you know what? It's kind of fitting. It's got those brown tones. We have some cream. We do have that greenery coming in, so it's not too bad. So I may try it there. I'm going to go back and see if we have something over here. It's a little bulky, but I could also do bamboo and just kind of block that over. It's sticking out now, which is so annoying. It's so annoying, you guys. It doesn't work. What to do? So I'll do this. I'm going to reuse these paintings and just shift them along the wall like this. Again, I am not holding any alt key or anything like that, so this object apparently does that on its own, which is cool. It's kind of a innate workaround for me, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. We do need a little bit of stuff here, which I'm not really sure what to put. Ooh, we do have this from the paranormal pack, which actually does fit in quite nicely. I'm thinking I could also do the book object from the city living pack. Yeah, okay. I think I'm liking this dining room. We're working around the rules fairly well so far, but you know what? I think our luck is going to run out at some point, so I'm just waiting for that moment where everything builds up and then it's just gonna come crashing down like a really bad avalanche. So we're gonna see what happens with this. Maybe some kind of hutch if it's not too big. So we have this. This is actually not too bad. Oh, it doesn't even sit up against the wall. Why, EA, do you do this to me? They really wanted a nice place for the dust bunnies to collect, apparently, which really is a bummer. I thought about these from Snowy Escape. I think they could almost work if I do something like this and maybe one over here. A little bit of an Asian influence, but I think it kind of works. I could do maybe some kind of clock, perhaps. Oh, I could do a little bit of plumbing. Yes, okay. So maybe a clock here. Could do it in white. This one's also not too bad. Yeah, I think it works. I'm just going to assume that whoever painted these brick walls also painted this over in the same color, that same shade of white. So I think this will do. I think more or less I'm pretty good to go on this. And we're just going to see how the rest of this house turns out. All right, guys, for the very next room, we officially have... We have the bedroom. All right, there it is, you guys. If you can see it in the camera, we have the bedroom next. And then for our next build restriction, we officially have 8 objects only. All right, there it is, you guys. If you can see it in the camera, the next build restriction we are adding on is an 8 object maximum. So we're definitely going to take full advantage of that. We're going to try to work our magic here with this design. And here we go. We're moving on to the bedroom area. It is over here. So like I said, this bedroom is going to have no cheats. It's going to be just like the build restrictions in the dining room, but now we can only use 8 objects. So here we go. All right, first off, the bed is the priority. So let's see if we can find something that fits. I really enjoy the canopy bed that came with the city living pack. So maybe this could do. This could be object number 1. The rugs, I am scared for you guys because we cannot size up or down the rugs. So we're going to have the same issue. We're going to see if we can kind of work around it. We did have this option from earlier, which I think was too big for the dining room, but it fits perfectly in here, which is kind of weird. You have a wall-to-wall rug going across, which is strange. Do have some nice eco lifestyle as well, which honestly, I really like. This is a really cool option. It's very geometric. For nightstands, we're going to use 2 more of our slots up really quickly. So it's kind of a bummer, but I think it's a necessary evil. These are from the base game and they are part of an industrial set. So we could do something like this. Gosh, those snap points, you guys, those are so far away from the bed. I just imagine trying to grab my phone, grab my drink, or grab something, and I'm just reaching over, but here we go. We're working within the rules, so I think this could do. These are kind of interesting also from seasons. They look to be like large chunks of a tree trunk, perhaps. Okay, I think it's fitting. Lamps are going to be a little tricky because I don't know if there are any good industrial lamps. And again, those are going to waste 2 more slots, so I'm a little concerned. Okay, so I think what we do need a dresser. So I think I will get that taken care of first. Darker like this is not too bad. Okay, I like the motif. I don't think it quite fits. And we also have this stand-up closet as well, which is not too bad. I don't really mind that too much. But ultimately, I think I did want some kind of dresser that would go underneath a TV, because I did want a TV in here somewhere. So maybe something a bit darker, maybe like this one. We can do this one, the curved TV. Oh, these are huge. These are huge, you guys, and I cannot resize them. I guess just one of these options. We're gonna have to go super simple. And like I said, I can't really position it the way I want it to. I just have to go with one of the default slots. Okay, how many objects do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 2 more. Yikes. Okay. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I don't want to waste another object with a nightstand. I will get rid of this one. There is a really good industrial light in the base game, because I can also do this one. This is actually not too bad. And then I'll put 1 regular table lamp on the nightstand itself, so at least I can save myself 1 more object. So we only have 1 object left, which is so sad. But what is it going to be? I'm not really sure, because this room is huge and there's just nothing else in here. Okay, so we did have this option from the Jungle Adventure pack, and honestly I love this one. I think the only issue is that because we cannot use any of the built cheats, it doesn't quite fit in the best places. So it can fit here, but I just really wanted to resolve this corner area, so I think we're gonna have to say no to it. Could do a vertical garden. It snaps against the wall, so that's a benefit. Ooh, okay. Base game, can we pull through? Yes, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing hope here. That could work. I like that. Some nice palm fronds here. Okay, I think that might do the trick. The vertical garden was almost there, but I think it was a little bit too dominant for the room. So just as a last count, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I think this is pretty much it for the bedroom. I'm going to leave the window curtainless because we wasted everything else on the furniture itself, but I think this is pretty much it here. Okay, we are officially moving on to the next room, and the next room is officially going to be the living room. All right, so there it is, you guys. If you can see it in the camera, we have the living room next. Alrighty, so the very next build restriction is going to be $1,000 budget. All right, so there it is. There it is in the camera, $1,000 budget. So I'm pretty confident about the budget. I do think with the 8 object maximum, we can probably stick under it. But just for reference, we currently have this amount. So technically the max we can spend up to would be $21,473. Like I said, this room cannot have any cheats, no move objects, no increasing or decreasing sizes, no shifting things along the wall. We have the 8 object maximum, and now we have the $1,000 budget. So here we go. I think we're still on a pretty good track here. I'm thinking we can have a TV along this wall, and maybe because we have a lot more wall space, we can probably go bigger. So I think we'll try this option from the City Living pack. Gonna go for a 3-seater on the sofa. Ooh, we do have this lovely Desert Luxe, which I'm kind of vibing with. I'm not gonna lie. It looks very comfortable. I think if this was some kind of faux suede or something, that would be amazing. Definitely going to need an area rug of some kind because this will just look very barren. So we could do something funky. but maybe something will fit here. Maybe a smaller rug like this could do. I feel like this build is screaming Devon Bumpkin right now, which I honestly don't mind. I love his style, and he really gravitates, especially towards darker tones. A lot of matte blacks, lots of browns, creams. So we have 3 objects here. I was also thinking of maybe some bookcases, maybe a desk, but again, those objects are going to add up super quickly. Oh my god. I already went over the budget. I was not looking at the budget, you guys. Okay, rethink things here. How much was the TV? The TV was $4,200. No, okay, not gonna happen. Backtracking everything I'm doing, guys. We could do this refurbished couch, potentially. So this was $120. This wasn't too bad. I think we can do this once more. I can try to find maybe a nice painting that's not too expensive. Going to be very budget conscious, but yeah, I think the problem is everything else is just so small. And unfortunately, I just cannot size up anything in this build, because we could do this, but then our budget is just going out the window. So it's just not looking good, you guys. So if I do bookcases, the cheapest thing I have are these objects, which are $10. Okay. If I want something that's standing, it's $240, which is kind of a jump if I'm being honest with you guys, but I think we need something like this. Oh goodness. Okay. This is bad. This is so bad. Okay. We have approximately 435, something like that. So we're getting close there. If we're not going to have a TV, I think there should be at least some music in here. So we do have this one for $290, which is very steep. $150 for a boombox. That's something, I guess. Maybe some kind of nice accent table could do the trick. $55. Okay, I like that. This definitely fits the look. So I'll do that here. Oh, I can't move the stereo on top. It doesn't go on anything. What do I do? What do I do with this? Maybe no music? No music at all? We're just gonna read. We're gonna read books, you guys. We're gonna go old school and read a good book, which is absolutely fine. We definitely need plants because we don't have any here. I think we're gonna forsake the curtains once more because the budget is just flying out the window. It's going right out, you guys. Could use this. I think we have room for this now. It's gonna kind of situate itself awkwardly if we do use it. It's clipping just a little bit. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we are over budget. Oh man. Okay, I thought that plant was perfect. It was $410. Okay, that's why. All right, we did have this. I think we used this in the dining room. Yes, we did. But I don't really mind it if we have to repurpose things. I could also use this one from the Get Together pack, which I think works great. And that way we don't have to repeat objects. $270 exactly left. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to fill in this space with something. I could maybe do another bookcase. I have $30 left exactly, which is okay. I'm just not really sure what I would do with the rest. I have this option for $75, but I do have to shift the budget around a little bit, which I don't mind doing. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that is the 8 objects already, and I think I'm actually okay with this. On second thought, maybe I can change out the rug because we need to fill the space. We need to fill the space, you guys. So I was thinking maybe we do this one and have it overflow into this little area. So at least it has the illusion that we have more objects here. All right, I think this is probably the best swatch for the rug I could find. It's not my favorite, but at least it does follow the color scheme of the room. I think this is not too bad. And let's just do one more count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have our 8 objects. And we didn't use any cheats that I'm aware of. And what else? Oh, and we did stick within our $1,000 budget. So we were under it by $30 exactly, which is great. And I think we're ready to move on to the next room. All right, and for the very next room, we officially will be designing the bathroom. All right, so there it is, you guys. If you can see in the camera, we have the bathroom next. And for the bathroom, the next official build restriction will be first swatch only. Oh man. All right, there it is, you guys. If you can see it there, first swatch only. So this is going to make things very hard. Just like it says, if I do select an object, I do have to use the very first color swatch available. So this is going to be a nightmare. This may undo all of my color schemes. but we're going to try our best and hopefully make this as cohesive as possible. We still have the 8 object limit. I do have the cheats disabled, so none of that going on. I do have the $1,000 budget. So for this time, we are allowed to go up to 22,443. And first swatches only. So I think we can do this. The shower, I'm scared. The shower is $325. Yikes. 500 for this one. So there goes most of the budget. It's beautiful, but we're not going to be able to afford much in here. So there's the shower if we do use this object. For the sink itself, I could do maybe... There's this one for $250, which I think works. Again, I have to use the first swatch, so I think we can do this one. This one's only $250, and honestly, it doesn't look too bad. It's probably going to break on your Sims a lot, but I think it'll work. Oh my gosh, the budget is gone. The budget is gone, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, what do we get rid of? What do we get rid of? Probably going to have to say goodbye to the shower and find a cheaper option, unfortunately. There was this one as well that puts us at 22,393, and the budget is gone. It is gone, you guys. Okay. Maybe I can get away with doing this one. Maybe have a divider moment. I'm not quite sure. Okay, if I do the sink, if I sacrifice this wonderful sink, it's $250. I can go down to $120, then go for the shower for that amount, but then I only have about $130 left. Mirrors, can I do 50? Okay, 50 is good. Oh no, I can only use the first swatch. No! Only the first swatch. Okay, $40. Oh, and I can't move it. 105? A toilet paper holder, perhaps? Oh, it just went over budget. It just went over. It went over by about $25 because I can redo the mirror. I can take the mirror out and just use... could I do this one with white? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Can I get a really cheap rug perhaps? 15. But again, I can only use the first swatch. I can use this one, industrial metal grate, which is interesting. I could use it as a rug like this, and we're actually on budget exactly. I don't know how. Didn't plan for it, I'm telling you I did not, but somehow we hit exactly $22,443 to an exact amount, which is not bad. It is not bad, you guys. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I think I'll do it like this. I'll align it with the shower itself so it can kind of be a towel for your feet getting out. Probably it's not a real rug. It's a metal grate, but at least it'll help with the water drainage. All right, so just to double check everything, we did not use any cheats. There was absolutely no move objects on. I didn't shift things or size things differently. We did stick with our $1,000 budget. We do have a total of 8 objects or less. And I did use all of the first swatches only, so I think we're good. And this pretty much does it for our very sad, but still functional, little bathroom here. Okay, so the next room we officially have is now the kitchen. All right, so there it is, you guys. If you can see it, we have the kitchen next. Anyways, the next build restriction is officially going to be no repeat objects. All right, so there it is, you guys. No repeat objects is next. So this rule, you guys, I think we will be okay. This rule pretty much states that I cannot repeat any objects. I cannot go back and use any of the objects that I have already used in any of the other rooms. I think we should be fine. For this one, I'm definitely more worried about the budget. So let's see what we can do. All right, so we're gonna do our budget once more. The max we can go up to is $23,443. So that is what we have. We are going to start with the fridge itself. The cheapest option we have is this one from City Living, which has been through a lot, but you know what? I think it does still fit with the theme. The industrial decor or the industrial aesthetic does allow for wear and age on an item, so this is going to have to do. For the stoves and ovens, I think, let's see, okay, these go up in price a lot, so this is going to be interesting. It looks like we're going to use this option again. We're going to have the whole, rustic decayed set here. So This is definitely an apartment that has not been renovated in a very long time. We are still doing good with our budget. The counters I'm a little scared for. I can do probably this one from the Jungle Adventure pack. It still matches the browns and the creams a little bit, so I think this will do. And if we put in a sink, I can go for probably this one maybe? Or maybe this one. It's cheaper. It's cheaper and it has more of these very interesting fixtures, which are kind of vintage. It does kind of remind me of the plumbing I put on the wall, so I think that does work. What do I do? I could put another countertop. I probably have to put a trash can, which is kind of sad. Maybe I can save it for the hallway. I think I'll save the trash for the hallway. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So let me give one more countertop. I'm just going to use the same one here. Maybe the sink can go up against the fridge like this. And then we have a nice clean countertop in between the sink and the stove itself. I think this is probably the best way to do this. We still have $20, which is great. The problem is I don't know what we can get for $20. A tree for $20. Yikes. Okay. Sunblock for $8, and that's the cheapest thing we have. Okay. I could do a plant for $20. I think this is not too bad. It at least will match the fridge. And then we do have some kind of workspace over here, which I think should work if your Sims actually tried out this kitchen. I did originally want to put things up against this little area here, kind of like peeking over into the dining room, but unfortunately, if I do that, this kitchen will look so strange if everything is just up against this little kind of corner area here. So I think I'm going to have to leave that idea behind. But you know what? I think we have everything we need. And on top of it all, we did actually hit the budget precisely, which is great. We arrived at 23,443. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects. So we're still good. We didn't use any cheats. These were all of the first swatches themselves, and I don't think we repeated any objects here. So I think in that regard, I think this kitchen, as sad as it is pretty much all set. All right, guys, so I pretty much know what the last room is, and I also remember what the last build restriction is. So with that said, we will officially have the hallway. The hallway is the last area, which is pretty interesting. And then, of course, the last build restriction, I believe, is base game only. So, yup, there it is. If you guys can see it in the camera, there it is. I'm honestly glad the hallway came last because the hallway is probably the least essential of these places. But at least we can give it a little bit of love, hopefully, even with all of these different restrictions in. Our budget is 23,443. So officially now we can go up to 24,443. So for this, we definitely needed a trash can, unfortunately, so let me find that really quickly. I do think the apartment has some outdoor trash chutes, so I think we'll be fine. I'm just going to go ahead and use a regular trash can. This is a hallway, so we do need some shoe racks of some kind, so let me do that. It's gonna have to do, you guys. I can't cheat and scoochy it in. So yeah, it's gonna have to sit there, unfortunately. I can look for a bench, perhaps. Again, it has to be base game, so the only option we have would probably be this one. I could use some of these chairs. This one perhaps for $195. We still have quite a bit left. We definitely have more than $100 left on the budget. Probably about like $140. Maybe a mirror could tie it all together. $910. Okay, well, it's definitely not that one. Could we do this one? $140? That's not too bad. Alternatively, I could use these, which may not be too bad. They are stools, but they will be cheaper because this option is already $195 and I can go even lower. Okay, could I do an accent table? If I do the first swatch I have, it's gonna have to be this one though. So there is this. Could I get one chair in? Possibly. I think we can fit in some small plants, so we could do that. We definitely have more than $300 left, so I can maybe... Did I use this already? $30? I already used it. I already used it, but we do have some other options. So we could do this one for $50 just to have something here. Could also do another coat rack, which is not too bad. We're still on budget, which is great. Okay, so maybe this goes here. Is there anything else? I can put this for 150. Almost wanted to do another light, so maybe I can put one here. And we still have $10 left. Okay, we have $10. There's $10 for these arrows. $10 for these arrows. It's not terrible. It's kind of ironic, but it works. The trash goes here. All right, so let's do a head count. I think I did go over the objects. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I have 2 more objects than I should be having here. So let me delete the arrow. I could possibly delete the light. I don't think we need this. I wanted to use the full budget, but I think we're fairly close. All right, let me see if I can find something. There's gotta be something in here to make it nice and even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, that's 8 there. I could go more expensive on this chair so I can get closer to the budget. 508. Okay, not quite there. We delete this. 443. Oh, we are right on budget with that. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Can we do something like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we were missing one object. We could have tried to get one more object in, but we did match our budget, which is actually really good. So I'm probably more happy about getting to the budget amount, which is great. And I think this is pretty much it for the hallway design. All right, so we are pretty much finished with our apartment with the more build restrictions challenge. All in all, I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching me do this. It definitely was fun working around the restrictions themselves. And I do think the result is actually pretty decent given that the rules got pretty crazy towards the end. Just like always, if you guys have other ideas for other challenges, I'm pretty much open to anything. So even the craziest ideas, even the most offbeat, definitely feel free to send them my way. With that said, I will see you all in the very next build challenge. And just like always, this has been 𝗪𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗧𝗏 signing off. Thank you so much for watching, guys.